In this lesson, we will describe the characteristics of the three states of matter. The three states of matter we are going to examine are gas, liquid, and solid. And we're going to talk about three different aspects of their properties and characteristics. The first of which is their shape and volume. The second is their compressibility. And the third is the movement of molecules in that particular phase or state of matter. The first property we're going to talk about are the shape and volume of each state of matter. When we look at a gas, what we see is that the shape and volume will match the container. A gas will expand to fill the container. For a liquid, we see that the volume is fixed, but the shape will match container. However, for a solid, both the volume and the shape are fixed. So a solid does not adjust depending on the container it's in. The second issue is the compressibility. And so when we look at a gas, what we see is that the molecules are very far apart from one another. As a result of this, it is highly compressible. And when we talk about compressibility, think of it as kind of the squishability, is how much can we push those molecules or atoms closer and closer to one another. Because there are large gaps between the gas molecules because they've expanded to fill their container, it is highly compressible. When we look at a liquid, we see that it has very low compressibility. Because in a liquid, the molecules are much closer together, and as a result, they cannot be condensed into a smaller volume. So there is some room for compressibility, but not very much, and not anywhere near the amount of compressibility that a gas would have. When we look at a solid, we see there is no compressibility. That those molecules are very close together and as a result cannot be pushed further together. The last feature we will look at is the movement of those molecules. When we see a gas substance, we know that the molecules freely move past each other and around in the container. For a liquid, we see that there is limited movement. The molecules can move past each other, but we will not see the same type of movement we saw in a gas where the molecules move freely throughout the container. But there is a motion of the molecules within that sample as those molecules move past one another. In a solid, there is virtually no movement of those molecules. They are fixed into place and are locked into their position and cannot move.